Hey guys, this is yours truly, Ask Auntie Nella. This is the After Dark. And our After Dark topic is, does size matter? I'm gonna wait for you guys to log on. I know you guys are like, dang, she came back really quick, blah blah. I'm trying to make sure the storm don't come back and lightning don't happen, so I'm trying to make sure I get it in. But again, just like we talked about on the other one, t-shirts, YouTube, share my post, invite some friends from your list, tell them come get some of this wisdom from Ask Auntie Nella. I love sharing it. So make sure you share and invite a friend. And does size matter? So we'll give it a few minutes and get some people to log on. And once you guys log on, we'll get into this topic, because I think this topic a nice, juicy, hot topic. That's the thing I like about After Dark, is because I can be candid. I'm very candid on relationships, but I'm also candid when it comes down to After Dark. You ask the question, I'm gonna give you an honest opinion. My honest opinion. Some may like it, some may not, but I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. All right, we ready?
We're gonna wait for a little bit.
We're gonna wait for a few more people, because they're probably not thinking, Ask Auntie Nella coming back quick. Say hi when you come in.
She wrote,
hey girl,
I don't think it does. It's all about how you work it. Hey girl.
Girl, what? Wait, girl, you stay right on here, because I got something to rattle that brain, girl. I got something to rattle that brain. But yeah, we'll wait for a few more people to come on. Like I said on my first video, you guys, I hope you guys took some time out today to whisper a prayer for Las Vegas, praying for the families. Nobody should have to, deal with a tragedy like that. Nobody should have to, deal with going out to a concert and not making it back home. So that broke my heart to wake up to see that. And so with that being said, you know what, our world is just crazy and things are just happening. And that's why it's always important to live, each day like it's your last day, because you truly don't know if it is. And so it's important to, have that mindset, live and be happy, because if you don't live and be happy, who will be happy for you?
Jenna is in here.
Hey girl, hey.
She wrote, miss you too.
Miss you too. I was just thinking about you yesterday, and I was gonna text you, but girl, I'm gonna have to text you, girl. We gonna have to do something.
We have Erin in here.
Hey girl.
We got Sonia. Hey girl.
Sonia.
Let me see who else we have in here before we start. We have Erie Brown. Hope I'm saying
Hey Miss Erie. Hey Mommy Erie.
But we can get started here.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. And the topic tonight is, does size matter? Let me dig in a little bit deep, because I think that you guys probably know what my response is going to be. What people have to understand is what's important to you is important to you. You have to make that decision. I can't tell you that size matters to you if it doesn't. But for me, for your girl, size is important. I ain't got time to be fighting with no itty bitty. I don't have time to fight with it. And you hear a lot of people say, you know what, nah, if he could, foreplay, if he could move, if he could this, if he could that. I don't care. If you find somebody that's decent in size, but you've been with somebody that's not decent in size, I promise you will know the difference.
Well,
you will know the difference.
Jenna wrote, not to me, honestly.
Not to you, honestly. And that's the thing I will say. It's key to each individual. So if size doesn't matter to you and you're okay with that, that's fine. That's you. But for me, size is important. And I don't mean you gotta be hung low. I don't mean that. But I mean you gotta at least be bringing something. I gotta see a little hangover or something. I gotta see a little something. I can't, don't come half stepping. At least I gotta see a little something hanging over. So if you guys, if that's what you're content with and you're happy, it's nothing wrong with it. Each person is their own individual. You can choose however you choose. Some people are fine with itty bitties. Some people are. I'm just saying.
She also wrote, you know the difference, but it may be okay. Laugh out loud.
I do know the difference. It's important to know the difference. It's important to know, just like we talked in the last session with the relationship. It's important to know yourself. It's important to know what's important to you. Vice versa from a man or a woman. It's important for you to know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you'll fall for anything. Doesn't mean you falling for anything is going to make you happy. No, it's not. So you have to know what you want, what you're willing to give, what you're willing to take, what you're willing not to take. You have to know what you're looking for. Because if you're not sure what you're looking for, it's going to be difficult and hard for you to be A-okay to settle. You have to know what you're looking for. You have to be content and happy in whatever decision you decide to make in that relationship.
We also have a few. General, also sometime you have to take what you get. Ha ha ha. She also, Miss Portress wrote, I want to feel what I'm getting. And Sonia wrote, well, it depends on the woman too. Women are different sizes. Do you have to find the perfect fit for you? Miss Portress also wrote, don't bring me no D that I need a magnifying glass to find.
Me and you both, we on the same page. I will be very honest with people. I'll be very honest when I wasn't in a dating scene. If you bring me an itty bitty, I ain't even wasting my time. That's too much energy, too much sweating. I'm exhausted and I'm not satisfied. So I know me. I'm connected with me. And so because I know that's not what I'm looking for, I'm not going to waste his time, and no, I'm not going to waste my time.
Melanie wrote, come on. Miss Porches wrote, what if his nuts bigger than his manhood?
Run. Because here's the thing, can his nuts do you right? No. His manhood has to do you right. So if his nuts bigger than his manhood, then your job is going to be to play nut cracking. You ain't getting nothing else out there because he ain't got none when it comes to the other thing. There's no way his balls should be bigger than his back. Nah. Now, if the back is decent enough where I could still, deal with it, then that's a different story. But if it's a big difference, nah. I know me. I know what I'm looking for, and I know what I expect. So I'm just not gonna settle.
Miss Porches wrote, a small pencil will make me mad. Sonia wrote, laugh out loud. Miss Porches, I had to laugh.
Me too. I will go from 0 to 99, like quick. Like you waste my time, and this was you pull out. What?
General, you can run, but you'll be waiting for the perfect size forever.
No, I wouldn't. They got some sizes out there.
She wrote, that's just her opinion.
They got the sizes out there. You might be. Some people run from larger sizes. So let's look at it from the flip side of not just the itty bitty, from the larger side. Some people run from larger sizes. And I have my limit when it comes to a size. You ain't bringing me no mandingo and think I'm going to let you give me a mandingo. No, you're not tearing my insides up. No, siree, Bob. No, you better put a grapefruit on there and deal with it.
I will not be reading this comment, so
let me read it.
I'm going to switch it to you.
I will read it.
Hold
Turn around so I can read it.
Hold on.
I have to turn the camera around to read it, you guys.
Hold on, y'all. I am too down to be reading this. Sorry, y'all.
I'll read it. Which comment? A small dick will just tickle my shit. Yeah, right. It will. A small one. And see, this is the thing that people have to realize, and this is the key. This is key. You have to realize what's important to you. If it's something that's gonna wear, it's no different than you having a conversation with somebody, and that connection between you and that person just don't jive. The connection is just not there. Just don't jive. Nothing seems right. Why am I keep having a conversation with you? Nah, I'm not gonna keep having a conversation with you. So we have another comment from Otis. How should women handle mandingos?
You know what? I'm gonna turn.
Well, me myself, Otis, I'm not dealing with no mandingo. That might be a little bit too much. I know my limit. There's some women who love mandingos.
Otis, shut up.
There's some women who love them, and that's fine. There's some women who love itty bitties. There's some women who love growth. There's some women who love in between. But you have to know your limit. I'm very honest and I'm very true to me. And so if it's something I don't like, I'm not going to tread those waters. I'm not going to waste his time and I'm not going to waste my time.
Miss Porches wrote, I told him my dildo bigger than you.
Correct. It's like, it's to the point, my thing is, I don't often want to belittle a person because, you know, in order for them to get to that point and pull it out, they probably struggled a little bit in their head. You know, and so I will never try to belittle them. But if they, like, blocked out and they thinking, nope, you know, no, it's big, no, it's not, then we got to have a conversation. We got to pull the rulers out. We got to pull all the stuff out to prove to them. So it's nothing wrong with you knowing who you are and knowing who you like. There's no right or wrong in this situation. Size may matter for one person, but size may not matter for another person. Size matter, and size is key when it comes to Auntie Nella. It's important for me.
Miss Porches wrote, a mandingo means, man, let me go, F that. Jenna wrote, T, you would laugh at it.
I would,
right in their face.
I would laugh at, you know what, here's the thing. I try not to go too far-fetched on it, but I'm going to tell you, some stuff do piss me off. Some stuff will tick me off. So at some point, I'm going to say when it comes down to it, it's important to know who you are. It's important to know what you want out of the situation. Because if you don't know what you want out of the situation, then you can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. You cannot help yourself. When you have found Mr. Right and Mr. Right is giving it to you right, then you gonna know what's important to you. You will know what's important to you. So size matters to certain people. Size matters to certain people. But it's important to know what you're looking for. And be honest.
Somebody that wrote me would you ever gas him up in the bedroom if he's not working with anything, but you don't want to hurt his feelings?
No. No, because first of all, I ain't about to get to that standpoint where I'm going to gas him up because he itty bitty and I'm trying to make him feel better. No, I'm not. That's unfair. Listen, you guys, it's unfair to them because then what you do is you allow them to have a mindset that you enjoyed that moment. You enjoyed that sex session. That's not fair to them. That's never fair to them. And so you have to be honest to you. You have to be honest with you. You have to be honest with them. You don't have to always like bash somebody and say, you know what, you itty bitty, get up. I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah, right now, wrote, I'm sorry, but I like to ride big rides.
All right, girl. I like to ride big rides too, but I ain't getting on the big old fat Ferris wheel.
General, but look, when it comes to the point you are already connected somehow besides size, there should be connection first. That's why I feel it shouldn't matter that much. It's
true to it, but it's also to the point that when I've had I did a video I think not too long ago in regards to about you know, size. There's other things that could happen. There's like emotions, you know, there's intimacy. But you know what, I will tell you this: if you settle for a situation that you're not 100% on, meaning you can't sell yourself, and what I mean by that is you are just settling for it at the moment, you're not allowing yourself to have your relationship move forward. And what I mean by that is, if you have lied to them in the beginning and saying, yep, I'm settled for, I'm fine, and then later on you're like, you know what, I'm struggling hard, I don't know if I could do this, I'm just going through the motions, then you're not helping
but
yourself.
I don't think that's what she's saying. She's saying that when it comes to the point, you should already have a connection somehow besides
You should.
the size.
You should.
There should be a connection first.
You should.
And everything will fall in place.
You should, but sex is important. So the connection of the chemistry that we have is one thing. But if you can't do me right in the bedroom, then I'm struggling. I'm back to square one. That's why I always say sex is important. Sex is key. That's important in a relationship. So everything else could fall in place. But let's look at it from this picture. Everything else fall in place. Chemistry is there. We doing our thing. We happy. We excited. Bam! It comes time to a sex session. You just bored out of your mind. You don't think at some point in that situation you're going to start to reach out or branch out or look for something else or something? You're going to get to that point because it's going to get boring. And so that's why you always want to be honest up front. You want to give them the opportunity to be honest up front. What I will tell you is the man you meet today sexually will not be the man you have in the future. Because in the beginning of a relationship, you're still trying to figure out who you are as an individual. They're still trying to figure out who you are as an individual. They're still trying to figure out your G-spot. They're still trying to figure out what you like. They're still trying to figure out what you don't like. So once you got some longevity in that relationship, it ain't going to take your husband no time. It ain't going to take your husband no time to know exactly what you need and give it to you straight up direct. Straight and up in front and direct. You're going to know.
All right, we have some comments. Miss Portia's wrote, I will fake that stuff and bust out laughing. She also wrote, that's why I like lights on so I can see what I'm getting. Jenna wrote, so are you telling me that the man could have all other qualities besides size, career, chemistry, etc.? You will forgo all the chemistry. That's kind of shallow. Miss Portia wrote, okay, question. What if he a nice size but lasts 2 minutes?
That's another situation, Lord Jesus. Let's pray. I'm gonna say this. It's not. I have to answer Jenna's question first. It's not that I'm shallow. It's not that person is shallow. What I'm saying is, if you meet somebody and they have everything, okay, they have everything you're looking for, but they can't perform in the bedroom, I promise you, everything else that he brings on board is going to be null and void. And not that you're dissing him. It's just that you can't live in or be in a relationship or be in a marriage for a long period of time and that person can't perform. You can't convince yourself. You can't. Because you want to connect emotionally. You want him to be able to hit your G-spot. You want him to be able to do all those things. If he can't get you there, then at some point you're going to start to think to yourself. You know, there's a lot of people that come on here and they say, you know what? I think we had the session about thoughts. If that man or that woman doesn't fulfill what you're looking for, then that female or that male will go outside of the marriage. So that's why I'm saying it's important to know exactly what you're looking for sexually, as well as everything else that you've added on the table. You know, what they like, what they dislike, all those things. You need to make sure all that is combined in one. Don't just say, well, he got everything I need, but when it comes to sex, it's not. So you want to make sure you're combining all that together, because you want to make sure he's the perfect match for you and you're the perfect match for him. So it's not that it's shallow, it's that you want to be upfront and honest. Because sometimes people will settle upfront and be like, yep, nope, it don't matter. I'm fine with that. I'm content with that. But then later on down the line, they're like, what? Nope, I can't deal with this. He ain't giving it to me right, or he's not doing this. Now let's jump to the flip side of the 2-minute man. I'm going to say one way to fix the 2-minute man, there's a way to fix that. If you take some time and you have that man create some foreplay, which will allow him some extra time, or use some extra time to get your emotions and your juices flowing, then it may not seem like a 2-minute session. But if you're going straight into sex, then you may think about it and look back and say, dang, that was 2 minutes. So you just have to try to find ways that will allow you the extra time, because you know when it comes down to performing 2 minutes, he's done.
All right, we have Jana. She wrote, I feel you. Let's roll. All will fade, and you will start looking for the bang.
Absolutely, you will.
And then General, I just feel like in this day and age, you have to let some of your expectations go, or you'll never find someone.
You do, but you don't want to let your expectations that connect you emotionally go. Because then what happens is you lose yourself in a relationship and you settle for a situation that you weren't happy going into it. So it's okay to let it go. And so I said that in our first session, some of those check marks and some of those checks in people's head that, you know, they're like, well, he needs to be 6'2", he needs to be brown skin, he needs to wear a beard, he needs to have a beard, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. You want to let some of those things. But what I will tell you, something that's dear and near to your heart, you don't ever want to let go, because then what you do is you settle and you will never be happy. You will never be happy.
She wrote, just depends what you can let go.
True. You have to know what you have to know. You have to know yourself, and you have to know what you're willing to let go, what you're willing to settle for, what you're not willing to settle for. So it's always key to connect with you and know what you're wanting out of the situation before you set yourself up for failure. All right? Any other questions? Let's just do I'm going to do a quick recap and we'll end it here. But in all seriousness, size depends on you as an individual. Size is up to you. However you choose, we joke and we make, little comments and stuff, but it's up to you. All I can say is I have connected with me. I know what I'm looking for, and I know what I will never settle for. I got what I need. And so I don't have to reach out or branch out for something else, because I'm getting everything I need sexually when it comes to my husband. But what I'm saying is, if you don't make that important, that's important in your life, or important in when you're meeting somebody and having that conversation, then I promise you set yourself up for a failed relationship, meaning longevity won't happen, because at some point you're going to revisit some of the stuff you should have addressed up front. Longevity for a marriage won't happen because, one, you weren't honest enough and wasn't willing to communicate and let them know up front what they're looking for. Because here's the thing, they're either gonna take it or leave it.
All right, we have a comment from Raynell. It depends on what you can live with or live without to fill your individual needs. No one's perfect.
Yep.
Ms. Poetry's wrote, this was another great topic.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Continue to send me some topics for After Dark. Continue to send me some topics for relationships. These are some really, really, really good topics. This topic was a really, really good one. I do, hear a lot of people say, I hear you talk a lot about size, but does it matter? And my question to them is, it matters if it matters to you. It can't matter to me for you. It has to matter for you as an individual. You have to be key. So with that, I'm going to end it. I want you guys to show me some love. I want you guys to inbox me. Send me some questions that we can talk about. If you have any questions or you want to chat, feel free to, hit me up in my inbox and we can chat. But I want you guys to know, if you're here in the state of Minnesota, if you're here in Minneapolis this weekend, I want you guys to come out to Beyond the Standards, because I promise you, you're going to get some relief. It's going to be women empowering women. There are going to be some discussions and topics that we talk about on our Ask Auntie Nella. They're going to dig a little bit deeper into those topics. And so I want you guys, if you're here in the state and you're not doing anything on Saturday, make sure you purchase your ticket by Wednesday, because Wednesday is the last day the tickets will be purchased. There will be no tickets sold at the door. The tickets are $25. The links are on my page. But one other thing I want to say is, I get a chance to see a face-to-face with you guys because I'll be there as well. And that's Auntie Nella will answer questions as they come in live. And so I want you guys to, you know, really take into consideration to go to Beyond the Standards. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot from going to Beyond the Standards. I've cried a lot. You go through a ton of different emotions. And so if you're a woman that's struggling and you're fighting, you know, barriers, this weekend will be the weekend for you to show up and come, because this will be the weekend.
Breaking the barriers.
Absolutely. That's
so
what we want to do.
Raynell wrote, great show, Sissy Pooh, as always.
Thank you, Sissy.
Lawrence wrote, you don't have to go long all the time.
You don't. You don't have to go long all the time, but you want to make sure you're hitting the right spots all the time. Because you can get what you can get in a short period of time, but you want to make sure you hit the right spots. So with that being said, you guys,
don't forget,
send me some love. Don't forget to go to my YouTube channel, Beyond the Standards, my t-shirts. Remember, if you're ordering out of state, just let me know all the details I've said on the video. Send me questions, send me comments, share my post, share my comments, share anything on my Ask Auntie Nella I want you guys to share. One thing I want you guys to do is go to your friends list and invite some more people to my Ask Auntie Nella page. I appreciate it a ton. And I will see you guys next Monday. Have a great night.